Do you want to start a YouTube channel with AI? In this video, I'm going to show you how to make engaging videos using AI avatars. Specifically, I'm going to show you how to make this 90-second news story that I'll play in just a second. And once you learn the process for doing this once, you could start a YouTube channel or a TikTok channel on making these daily news segments. You could have a channel that posts daily videos on tech news, on financial news, on your local news, literally any topic. It could be what sales are happening at your favorite clothing stores. It could be discussing what's happened on recent episodes of your favorite TV series. The possibilities are endless once you learn how to go through this process. I'm going to show you how to use AI for all of this, from sourcing the content, from writing the script, generating the characters, generating the videos, and then putting it all together. I am the co-founder and CEO of a company called Infinity AI. We train our own video foundation model focused on characters and people. And I spend a lot of my time experimenting with different forms of content and using our tool to make engaging videos. So I recorded myself going through the entire process of making this news show. I didn't plan it out ahead of time, so this is truly my raw creative process for how I make these types of videos, and you get to see the behind the scenes of that and learn how to do it yourself. So without further ado, here's that 90-second news story I'm going to play for you, and then we'll jump right into making it from start to finish.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's AI News. I'm Michael Roberts.
And I'm Sarah Chen. Our top story today: Dow Jones and the New York Post have filed a lawsuit against Perplexity AI, accusing the company of extensive copying of their content. This comes just days after the New York Times sent Perplexity a cease and desist letter. As these legal challenges unfold, Perplexity is reportedly in talks to raise around $500 million, potentially doubling its valuation to $8 billion or more.
What a crazy time for Perplexity AI. In other news, major tech companies are turning to nuclear power to fuel their AI ambitions. Google has partnered with Kairos Power to develop small nuclear reactors. Amazon plans to invest $500 million in exploring new nuclear reactor development, while Microsoft has agreed to restart a reactor at the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant. These investments are driven by the increasing energy demands of AI and data centers. A single query on ChatGPT requires nearly 10 times as much electricity as a Google search.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Today I'm going to show you the exact steps that I used to make that video. So let's get started. I thought it would be fun to actually try to use AI for basically everything, including actually sourcing the news and writing the script. So I'm on Perplexity right now, and Perplexity is similar to like ChatGPT. It's connected to the internet, so it can actually find news that was just published. Let's try to make this pretty meta and make an AI news show about AI news. So give me options for what the top AI news stories of today are. And I'm doing the options first because I find that Perplexity is not very good at picking what are, top news stories. So we're going to do this in 2 stages. We're going to pick the news stories and then actually have it write the script for our show. So let's see, it's October 21st. IBM, who talks about IBM? Sorry, IBM. New York Times sent a cease and desist to Perplexity to this site right here. Okay, so I kind of like these 2 options the best: the legal challenges for AI companies, and then AI companies investing in nuclear power. So let's do, please tell me more about options 3 and 4. Okay, so let's have these 3 pieces of news be in our news show today. So write me the script for a news show that is airing tonight. The 3 key pieces of news that will be featured are write the script for 2 news anchors who will take turns reporting the news. The entire news segment should be about 2 minutes when read out loud. Okay, let's see what happens. So I do feel like AI is just not very good at making content decisions today. So that's why I specifically went through and had it first give me options of what the news story should be. And then you saw me still like manually very much going through it and making my own decisions of what should be the 3 pieces of news. So usually it's okay at then writing the script. So let's see what they come up with. Okay, I think this seems pretty good. What I'll probably do is change it up a little bit. So it is kind of one new, rather than them switching back and forth on a single story, it's them kind of switching off on stories. What I'm going to do is copy and paste this into a Word document and edit it there. Okay, so this is our draft script. We'll still kind of make final tweaks once we actually hear the audio and kind of hear what it sounds like, but this is a good draft and pausing point for now. So now let's transition to what I think is the really fun part of actually, designing these characters. You can use the Flux image model, which is built right into the Infinity app, but today I actually wanted to show you how to use Midjourney to do this. So I am on Midjourney's Discord, and I'm gonna just try out a few prompts. This is literally the process that I go through when I'm making content, and I'm giving you a sneak peek behind the scenes. Raw, unfiltered, creative process here. Okay, so the thing with Midjourney is that, everyone's kind of generating on these channels, and so you can have to scroll and figure out where your generations actually got put. So here's one of mine. I kind of like this one. I don't really want the hands showing, so let me see if I can get rid of the hands. I do like him sitting at the desk though. Okay, let me go with this guy and then I'll just crop his hands out. And then let's try to make the female version. Yeah, this one's pretty good. We can try to do some variations there. All right, so we have our first draft of characters. So now let's actually see if they work. So I'm going to come into the Infinity app and just do a test run with these characters. And if they don't work very well, then we'll kind of iterate accordingly.
Hello world, my name is Michael Roberts. It's good to be here.
That voice does not seem to match, so we have to kind of find the right voice for the character.
And I'm Michael Roberts. We have 3 major stories in tech and AI to cover tonight.
Okay, let's give this voice a shot. So I'm going to do 512 by 512. I'm going to not crop the face because I want to animate the entire image. And then let's try, whoops, 3 versions of this at once. Submit to queue, and we have 3 videos here that are going to be rendering. While we're doing that, let's try a cropped version of this image and see how that works. I'm just going to do a pretty cursory crop here. At the top of the head, like approximately trying to make it have the same aspect ratio, but it doesn't really matter. Any aspect ratio works. Okay, let's try this. And let's generate another 3 versions of this guy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now let's try the woman. So now let's pick up a voice for her. Let's see. We do have this Chinese American female. I don't feel like that'll match her, but let's see, we can try.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen.
It doesn't really match her, but we could do an older character here, and that voice would match better.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen.
No, that doesn't match either. French? Let's see.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen.
That's a contender.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen.
Nope. Okay, it's basically either this French voice, which I think is fine, or we have to change the character and then go with the Chinese lady voice.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen.
Okay, I think that's pretty good.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen.
Okay, let's try that. These are the 3 videos generating. I can see that the guy finished here. Let's just try a crop, kick off a crop of her, and then we will look at those videos. Now let's watch our videos.
And I'm Michael Roberts. We have 3 major stories in tech and AI to cover tonight.
I mean, I think he's fine, but he's not amazing.
And I'm Michael Roberts. We have 3 major stories in tech and AI to cover tonight.
Okay, let's watch the woman.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen. I'm Sarah Chen.
It's pretty good. Okay, I think she works great, actually. I like this one.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's news. I'm Sarah Chen.
Let's see. I'm going to open a new tab just so we can have a male and a female going. Just makes it a little bit easier sometimes. So the voice here was the announcer.
And I'm Michael Roberts. We have 3 major stories in tech and AI to cover tonight.
Okay, so we kick that off. Let's come back to Midjourney and see how our generations are doing. All right, so these finished. Let's watch.
And I'm Michael Roberts. We have 3 major stories in tech and AI to cover tonight.
Okay, so the hands are obviously terrible, but the face was pretty good. I kind of like this one. It's like pretty well lit. His face is decently lit and his hands are relatively small to crop out. So my top recommendation is do not start generating a bunch of videos until you've checked that your character actually worked. So a character means a photo plus a voice combination. Until you actually try generating those two together, you don't know if it's going to look good or not. So definitely make sure you do some spot checks before moving forward. Like here, you know, she just worked really well right off the bat and we're happy with her. But with the male news anchor, as you can see, it's taking a lot of iteration until we get it right. So once you are happy with a character, I recommend saving the character. News anchor female one. This makes it really easy in the future. Like tomorrow, if I want to come back and generate with her again, she's saved in my private library of characters. And it makes it really easy to just get this exact image and voice again. Okay, so we have our various options for the male news anchor. Let's watch and see what we think.
And I'm Michael Roberts. We have 3 major stories in tech and AI to cover tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm Michael Roberts. We have 3 major stories in tech and AI to cover tonight.
I think that's good. I like him. All right, let me get him back. And now I'm going to save this character. News anchor male one. And, you know, I can just show you when I go to my character list. And I go to news anchors, I have them both here. So now that we have our 2 characters, it's mostly smooth sailing from here. Now we just plug and chug, we generate a bunch of videos, watch them and pick our favorite, and then we're gonna just stitch it all together in a video editor program. So we're basically in the home stretch here. Most of the work is really this prep work of like getting the content, writing the script, picking the characters. That is the bulk of the work, to be honest. So now we can just start actually generating the actual content with her. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to copy part of her script, paste that in there, and generate.
Our top story.
There can only be up to 400 characters at a time here. And so we will do sections of our script. So I'm just gonna chug through this and then let's talk once I have all the clips picked out for all of the script. All right, I am done generating videos and now I'm going to bring it all together in my video editor. right, so I am in CapCut and I'm just laying the foundation with some templates. So I'm doing a quick news intro and then the kind of moving background. All right, so I just put everything end-to-end together. So now let's watch it and then edit things out accordingly. I always like to say, make things as short as possible and then no shorter. I did not actually come up with that. Someone famous said that, but I can't remember who. But that is an excellent quote to live by. A lot of videos that I see our users make are like fine. And if they just shorten things, it would be phenomenal. So editing is as much part of the creative process as actually creating. Okay, so now I'm going to add some B-roll, some quick B-roll, and then we're basically done. I really like adding captions, so I'm gonna add B-roll, then add an export, then add captions, and then that's it. All right, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to export this. And then I like to use a software called Submagic to caption my videos. CapCut does do captioning, but it's just hard to edit them, and I just don't really like them compared to Submagic. All right, that all looked good. So let's export this, and then we're done. Hello guys, it is the next day, and I was just watching the video that I made last night and just felt like it was a bit long and kind of dragged on. And so in the spirit of taking my own advice of making things as short as possible, but no shorter, I am going to go through right now and try to shorten this to make it super tight and crisp. And the cool thing about using Infinity is it is so easy to regenerate. It's not like we have these two real, actors that we cast or news anchors that we cast that we need to get back on set. I can just type out a slightly revised script and then make this new video. All right, so let's get to work and try to shorten this. All right, I've cut about 45 seconds, so now instead of 2 minutes, we are at about 1:15. So it's a substantial cut, and I think it's a lot better, tighter, more interesting. So now I'm just gonna clean this up and re-export it.
Google search.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, all done. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of how to make one of these videos. Like I said at the start, you can now apply this process for literally any topic with AI news, with tech news, with movie reviews, or you can apply this very similar process to anything from podcasts, explainer videos, even making influencer ads. So the possibilities are endless. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want additional tutorials on how to make specific types of content. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time.